Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Investment Chat in a Rolls Royce. And the man that I have today is Mr. Arshad Khan. His brain is hot. And when I say hot, it's really hot. He has all the magics when it comes to exchange, currency, commodities, and he's done amazing work. And of course, like he told me, he's a man of one wife. Welcome, Mr. Arshad Khan. One wife. Because you emphasize that a lot, like
that one is enough.
is that your biggest secret to success? One wife.
Exactly, and that too I've married very late in my life. So
Wow.
when I was 31.
Whoa, okay. And you have two children, a boy and a girl.
A boy and a
Perfect
girl.
family.
Yes, perfect, complete family.
Wow. Why did it take you that long? You were busy making money?
Yeah, I thought when I'll get married when I've achieved something in my life, and I can give some time to my family, because till that time I was very busy.
Yes.
In startups and things like
Yeah.
that. So I was working like 20 hours a day
Ooh.
for 7 days a week.
Ooh.
Never had any holidays,
Yes,
vacation.
yes.
But Alhamdulillah, it paid well.
Mm.
And then I said, okay, let me now focus on my personal family and personal life
Fantastic,
also.
fantastic, amazing. You're welcome on the show.
Thank you.
So one of the unique things is you've been among those who have built the largest exchanges in the world. Tell us about what got you into that industry.
See, exchanges are a bit complicated business. That's why you would see, if you go to any country, you will see there are like hundreds of banks, finance companies, any industry you will see there's hundred of players there. But exchanges are very few. Even like US or
True.
UK or
True.
Europe,
Yeah.
London, it's only one or two exchanges.
Yes.
And that's the nature of this industry, because it's complicated and it's heavily regulated. So it can be only done by very few people.
Wow.
And that has been our expertise, that we have been in this industry for a very long time.
Wow.
So we picked up that expertise and that professionalism and brought
Wow.
it to the region and set
Wow.
up some large exchanges here.
Wow.
And it has been rewarding very well.
Wow.
For the last 15-16 years that I have been in the Gulf.
Wow.
And now I'm busy with my new exchange, which is going to be a crypto asset exchange.
Amazing.
Launched.
Let's talk about the one you did in India, which is one of the top 10 largest exchange in the world. What's that about?
That's called as MCX, Multi-Commodity Exchange of India.
Okay.
And it trades in commodity derivatives.
Okay.
So people who want to do futures trading or options trading on underlying commodities like precious metals, base metals, energy, agriculture. It has around 80 plus commodities that can be traded on the exchange.
Wow.
So we started this exchange in 2003, and in the first few years it became the largest exchange in India.
Wow.
And then in next few years it became one of the top exchanges in the world. And like with the likes of like London, Shanghai, Singapore.
What was the average volume transaction a day?
Oh my God, it has been like growing substantially, exponentially, I would say. Now I am, if I'm not wrong, somewhere between 15 to 20 billion dollar a day.
Wow.
Which is huge.
Wow. In a day.
In a day, yeah.
Wow. 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 That's amazing. So the current one, you've been everywhere. If I feel like I should just, kidnap you and take you to Africa to build an exchange for us.
We tried to do that. We tried in
Yeah.
we tried in
So
Botswana.
what was the challenge there?
The challenge was to see, you can't have an exchange only in one country in Africa.
Yeah.
If you need liquidity, you need
Yes.
volumes, you
Yes.
have to be pan-African exchange.
Yes.
And that was our vision when we tried to set up something in Botswana. It was called as a pan-African exchange.
Okay.
But then to bring the countries all together under one
Was
framework, under one regulatory
No, that's
arrangements,
tough.
it was very, very tough.
Yeah.
And then our other exchanges in other geographies like Singapore, India, Middle East, they were doing well. So then we didn't really much focus on that.
Wow. Wow.
But I still believe there's a huge potential.
Yeah, there
There's
is.
huge potential.
What if we bring you to Nigeria to do something? Is Nigerian market big enough for an exchange?
Yes, Nigeria has good resources in terms of energy and other commodities.
Yes.
So there is, of course,
There's agro
potential.
commodities, there's, gold,
Yes.
Also.
G-Text Homes,
a subsidiary of GTEX Global, brought to you by Stephen Akintayo.
and is bringing you
Jasper Estate. It is located along the urban area of Ibeju, Lekki, Lagos, Nigeria.
This is just luxury at the tip of your fingers with just 12 minutes drive from the Lakapine Tropicana.
It's 15 minutes from Dangote Refinery.
And it's 5 minutes to Lekki Town.
2 minutes from Stone Beach Resort.
It is just adjacent to the Dangote Jetty.
And if you're one that like to travel down memory lane and be in tune with the relics, Awolowo Museum is 5 minutes away. It is barely 11 minutes from Lekki Deep Sea Port.
Pick up that phone, dial that number, send that WhatsApp message to the number on your screen and secure your slot today.
Also available in Abuja. GTEX Homes. We don't just sell properties. We help you build your future.
So I was born into a very poor family. My mother was a civil servant, and I will always recall how we used to go to neighbors to borrow money to send me to school and my siblings. There's just something about poverty that's not attractive. I, of course, read my first book on money at the age of 18, Rich Dad, Poor Dad. I started my business 13 years ago with just 8,000 naira. I've grown to become a multi-billion-naira corporation today. The habits that I learned from those books are the ones I've practiced in the last 13 years. That has helped me to build the empire that we've built today. Is what is loaded in the books, and some other role models of mine who are billionaires. What I've noticed about their habits, and see you at the top with your testimony of how the book has changed your life. The Billionaire Habit, authored by Stephen Akintayo. Okay, tell us about your current project, which is crypto. Why crypto, and isn't that risky?
Okay, and now we would have, all of us have seen that the cryptos have been growing substantially, especially the last year in times of pandemic, when everything was going down, crypto was still increasing. And that has been the reason, there has been some very serious reasons why the crypto growth is happening so exponentially. And one of that is because it offers a lot of advantages that, or the gaps that were there in the previous financial services mechanism or in the payment industry that gets filled by the way the crypto currencies operate. And cryptocurrencies in themselves are not that strong, but if you club them with the technology that they operate on, which is blockchain, that makes it a very formidable combination. And because of that, the participation in crypto is increasing a lot, especially Bitcoin, you would have heard. Now, I think Bitcoin has become a very common word when it comes to investment. It stands on par with gold or real estate or stock market. I have not met anyone till now who have not heard of Bitcoin.
True.
If they are already not investing in it. So I think that is the kind of awareness that is getting created, that's bringing more people into the ecosystem. And also some large institutions in the last 6 months especially have come into the Bitcoin, either in form of investors or offering some kind of services like custody or lending and borrowing. So that has made this this asset class even more formidable and strong.
Amazing. So you partner with the Abu Dhabi government to come up with an exchange?
Now we operate under the Abu Dhabi government regulatory framework, which is called as Abu Dhabi Global Market. So they are the financial free zone of Abu Dhabi. And there is a regulatory authority which is called Financial Services Regulatory Authority. And they have established a very well-defined regulatory framework under which crypto asset businesses can operate. So exchanges like us, custodian services like us, plus funds, brokerages, so they all can operate under this regulatory framework. So we got the approval from FSRA in 2019, and we should have been up and running last year, but you know, last year the whole world was under a pause mode. So we also didn't want to take too much of challenges. But now, I think this year looks good, and we should be up and running this year.
Wow, congratulations on that.
Thank you.
Amazing. So tell us about what do you do for leisure? Because it seems like your brain is always calculating exchange. So what do you do for break?
For break, I think I'm a very family-oriented man.
Okay.
For me, the best relaxation is my family,
Nice.
especially my kids.
Nice.
So whenever I have time, I love to
How
spend
old are
time with
they?
them. My son is 14.
Wow.
And my daughter is 8.
Wow, nice.
And so I don't like to spend my time in shopping malls and in restaurants or busy places.
Yeah.
So on weekends or whenever we have time, we
Yeah.
go for a drive, like
Okay.
to Ras Al Khaimah,
Okay.
Fujairah.
Okay.
So I have a Hummer H2,
Okay.
so I can enjoy some sand dunes and
Nice.
some off-road
Nice.
into the mountains.
Great.
So that's my
Great.
relaxation.
Okay, that's cool. Between a Rolls Royce and a Bentley, which is your favorite?
Of course, Rolls Royce. I think no comparison.
No comparison. I like that.
Yeah.
Some people told me Bentley, and I said, "Come on."
Bentley is a nice everyday car.
Yeah.
But I think when it comes to exclusivity,
Yes.
glamour,
Yes.
I think Rolls Royce is far.
You know, it's the king,
It's the
king
king.
of the
Yeah,
road.
yes.
I like that. That's amazing. So, what do you think about the African market as relates to finance, liquidity, exchange?
African market has, as we discussed before, has
Yeah.
a lot of potential.
Yes.
A lot of potential, and I really feel bit sad that this potential is not realized
Stop.
for the African people. Of course, the whole world is realizing this potential based on so much of resources that come from Africa, and the Africa as a continent, it has a very young population, millions and millions of people, very hardworking, but just because of the mismanagement in political environment,
True.
I think that potential is still not being developed at the grassroots levels in Africa.
True.
And I would love to see if somehow this can happen. And I come from India,
Yeah.
and India, if you see, is also somewhat related
Yes.
very much to
yes.
Africa
But it's
subcontinent.
getting better. India is
And
getting better.
it's not such a big like continent like like a landscape like Africa, but India is full of different cultures, different religions, different environment like Africa. But India has done a lot. They have come up as a very strong growing economy, and I would love to see if the same kind of development happens in Africa, in African continent, and the people of Africa actually they benefit from it.
Amazing. People begin to say that Bitcoin or cryptocurrency shouldn't be seen as a currency but an asset class. Do you agree, and why so?
I fully agree with that because what is a currency? A currency is just a medium of exchange. If I want to pay you, I can pay you in some way or form. It can be dollar, dirham, anything. But if I top it up with two more concepts, one is store of value, that becomes an asset. And if I top it with another thing, which is hedge against inflation, so that creates that extra you can say definition for Bitcoin, which is an asset class because it fulfills all these three roles. It's a mean of payment.
Yeah.
It is wealth, a store of wealth, and it is hedge against inflation. And in the last 1 year, we have seen that on all these three counts, Bitcoin has stood very strongly.
Wow.
So it is an asset class for without any doubt.
Wow, amazing.
GTEX Home is a brand with vision of having the largest green and smart estate with innovation and technology. The vision has given birth to Jasper Gardenia along the coastline of Ibejuleki, Lagos. The first green and smart affordable estate. Now, Jasper Estate is just 10 minutes away from Dangote Refinery and is just opposite the Lekki Golf Course. And guess what? The title is Gizet. Now, you can get a property here because here, my friend, is the future.
GTEX Homes. We don't just sell properties. We help you build your future.
My name is Stephen Akintayo. I'm known as Africa's most sought-after investment coach. I started 13 years ago as an entrepreneur and knowing nothing but having the guts and of course wanting to be wealthy, as I was born from a poor family. My mother was a civil servant. My father's business had crumbled before I was born, but I knew that we could be wealthy. But something changed my life. At the age of 17, I started reading a book on money. And I got to know that I can be wealthy. It's possible. I started the first wealth university. By the time you're done with it, you can literally start your own business or be able to learn how to invest in a business and make money for yourself. I'd like you to sign up today in www.stephenakintayouniversity.com. So you've had 22 years in your career. It's amazing. What do you think is a requirement to become successful in life?
See, one thing out of my experience is there is no shortcut to success.
Powerful.
Hard work. It's, if you go try to take shortcuts, of course, for a short time, it can be rewarding, but in long term, it's not. So one thing that I learned out of my experience, there is no substitute for hard work.
No substitute for hard work.
Especially in your early years, you have to put in whatever you have. Life is tough. It keeps throwing challenges at you, but you have to keep pushing it back.
Yeah.
Cross all limits, go for it. Even if you are not gifted with a lot of intelligence or let's say destiny and things like that, but you can turn around all the adversities if you have the ability to do hard work.
Wow.
And I think God has gifted all of us with that ability. Although IQ levels and other kind of levels, it can vary between person to person, but everyone has two hands, everyone has two legs and one head. So in that term, we're all at the same level.
True.
So if we use this and we just go for it, this can change a lot of factors.
Absolutely.
And this has really helped me.
Wow.
I have been always a very hardworking person and very genuine. Be straightforward.
Integrity is key.
Integrity is very key. Respect your employees. Be a team leader and a team player. Sit down with them, fold your sleeves, guide them, and be ready to do anything, because in an entrepreneurial setup, everyone does everything, and that gives you a lot of experience also.
True.
And you can become smart and you can understand like all the parts of the business. So you can become a better manager.
How does stability, family stability, affect success in business?
Yes, of course. Family stability is I think I would say it's the most critical, because if you work like 15-16 hours a day and you go back to a family which is not stable and there is no comfort that you get out of it is going to be really not is going to drag you in some way or other. So I would say having that kind of comfort and that stability is super critical.
Amazing. Guys, we've had a wonderful chat today again with my guest Arshad Khan, and it's been a wonderful conversation. What website can we reach you or your company?
It's www.arabianbourse.com.
Okay, www.arabianbourse.
Bourse.
Bourse.
Which is an
.com.
Arabic word of exchanges.
Oh.
So Bourse means exchange.
Oh, okay. Okay, arabianbourse.com.
As Stephen is very authentic
Thank
Arabic.
you. I appreciate it. Yes, I am the black sheikh. The Arabian black sheikh. Amazing. Thank you for coming. I really appreciate the time you've spent sharing with our audience. I believe they've learned a lot and they appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you, Stephen, for giving the opportunity.
You're
Wish you all the
welcome.
best.
You're welcome. Amazing, guys. I've been having a wonderful conversation with Mr. Arshad Khan, and he is a guru when it comes to creating exchanges across the globe, from Bahrain to India to United Arab Emirates. Is highly sought after, and we've had a wonderful chat with him, and there's so much we've learned. So we're going to take the final part of the questions into one of the apartments of our partner, in this episode, which is Shoba. So we're going to go to one of those apartments to complete this interview. I hope you've gotten value. Remember to stay tuned. Okay, Mr. Khan, what will be your, as an expert, and I know that you're a lot into financial services and all that, do you advise people to also diversify into real estate?
Yes, of course. See, real estate has been the darling of investors for a very, very long time. Although the last year has been a bit tough because of the pandemic, especially the commercial side of the business has suffered a lot. But I think still going forward, the potential looks good. There is an opportunity there. And especially if I connect it to the business that I am doing right now of cryptocurrencies. So there's a big opportunity because a lot of developers and builders, they are now selling their properties against Bitcoin.
Yes.
So that is happening globally,
Okay.
especially, and also in Dubai, there are some developers who have started accepting Bitcoin instead of dirhams or dollars.
Nice.
So that's expanding the market.
Wow.
And also now there is one more thing that has happened recently in the real estate side of business is blockchain thing.
The blockchain
So
technology.
Yeah, so blockchain technology has changed the very dynamic of the real estate.
Okay.
And why it has in the way it has done it is before only one person or his family can buy a unit. So let's say if I want to buy this apartment, it can be on my name or my wife's name, something like that. But going forward with blockchain kind of thing, this apartment can be owned by more than 10-20 people. All of us can own it because it fractionalized the ownership. So what we can do is put this apartment on the blockchain, and then a blockchain issues tokens to many different investors. So that's something beautiful.
Amazing.
And that I think will bring a lot of opportunities in the real estate market.
Amazing. Thank you so much. It's been a wonderful time having you. I have written 35 books.
Wow.
They're all on Amazon.
All in English?
Yes, all in English. So we're thanking you with two of them.
Nice.
This one is Survival Instinct, chronicles some of the challenges I faced starting business in Africa.
It's very,
and that is some other great investors in Africa too.
Very timely for the current situation.
Yes. And then this one is the good and the bad, the ugly of investing in Africa.
Okay.
So here's the bag, you can just have it. Thank you for
very much.
coming. We really appreciate having you.
Thank you, Stephen, for having me, and all the best.
Thank you so
Thank you
much.
very
I
much.
appreciate it.
Bye-bye.
So guys, we've just finished another wonderful episode of Investment Chart in the Rolls Royce, and my guest has been amazing. Mr. Arshad Khan is, when it comes to investment, including blockchain, cryptocurrency, he's just the boss of all bosses. And we've had a wonderful time. Thank you. See you next week.